Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Cancers in mid-March? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cancer Collective. The beautiful Cancerians. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Swirling all around here for my good friends. There we go. Nice and quick here. Okay. Hey, we got a visit from one of our favorite friends, Mr. Bookhead, and he always reminds me of the Page of Pentacles in particular. Always puts a smile on my face. He's one of the rare cards that come out of here. Obviously, it does connect to like learning and knowledge, communication, a lot of stuff like that, but just the attire that he's wearing, it always puts a grin on my face. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our good pal here, Mr. Bookhead. So we see this young individual chilling right there, has books for her hat, books for a necklace, holding books. They got scrolls. So obviously this could be all about learning and information. Now, I love page energy. It represents new, it represents youth. So it's a great time for any Cancerian to really learn new skills, learn new things, try new ventures. This is a card with a lot of potential in it, so it's really nice. You could be extra studious, extra inquisitive in this time when this card is here. But a big theme with all pages, they represent communicating, talking. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see similar themes speckled throughout the tarot portion of this reading, whether it's a talk that needs to be had, whether it's something you need to get off your chest or want to get off your chest. Maybe you're yapping a little more than you normally do, right? You might be a little more popular when a page shows up. It's usually very good. The only downside with page energy is that, yeah, it has a lot of potential, but it's not a guarantee. So there could be something where it's like, all right, well, if you don't put effort into it, or if you don't put a little more focus in on that, then it could wither away. But we're just going to leave him over there. He could keep chilling out. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Cancerians. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Pretty intense energy. And reading was titled The End of a Chapter, or An End of a Chapter, which to me, yeah, there was karmic archetypes. There were cards of things closing out. And again, it doesn't just have to be like you and other connections with people. It could be various things. It could be work things, certain stages of life. I saw things coming to a culmination, and that energy, it could bleed over for a couple weeks. Keep that in mind. But we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my lovely Cancerian friends. What's happening here in mid-March? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Someone might be in their feelers a little bit there with the 5 of Cups. I mean, it doesn't tank the whole reading, but whenever that card shows up as the first one, I'm like, what's going on with that? It's only the first. Let's get a couple more out here. Let's see what we have. What do we have for Cancer? Thank you. Ace of Wands. So yeah, here comes that communication with the Ace of Wands right there. I mean, that's good. So it's like we have an interesting dynamic of energy. We have one that seems a little down, one that seems very fired up. Let's get one more. Hopefully that's not like an energy you're flip-flopping between. And we have a card of history, or the people we're connected to, with the 6 of Cups right here on the back end. So we might have a little bit of a mixed bag reading this week, Cancer. It's all good. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first. And I feel like for the most part, even though they're not all the most positive, this elemental mixture could be in your comfort zone, because obviously we have the 5 of Cups here, we have the 6 of Cups there. Cups is water. Water is your element. It's the realm of emotion. It's the realm of feeling. It's the realm of love, imagination, creativity. So like this is usually a comfortable place for the Cancer collective to be. So we'll see how that really manifests itself. It could be extra intense emotions and feelings. And here in the center, talk about intense, we have the Ace of Wands, very fiery. And wands, they represent action, movement, passion, your energy levels, your health even. So it's like there's a lot of this energy and there's a lot of intensity to it, which, I mean, doesn't surprise me in a Cancer reading, right? You guys have a very intense energy about you. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because I feel like there's a lot of nuance this week. There might be a little bit of everything going on, but position number one, we're starting with the Five of Cups, aka the River of Tears. That's what a lot of readers call it. And we see our pal there dressed all in black. He's gothed out, he's emo, not feeling too hot, right? And he's standing next to that river. Notice there are good aspects to this card, and I'll go with the positives first. If you are going through a difficult time, if you're dealing with certain situations, certain problems, it might be taking a little effect on you, but this card is temporary. This tells me like there could be certain things you're going through. It's like, all right, it's a bump in the road. It's a hurdle. It's temporary. It's not permanent. Because notice, not all the cups are knocked over. There's still stuff going on in the horizon. It's more of like a rough patch whenever I see this card. Now, again, every challenge card is on a spectrum. It could be something very minor. For some Cancers, you might just be a little blue, right? You might just be a little down in the dumps. You might have a few gloomy days. For others of you, this could be pretty intense. There could be certain things that are upsetting you or you're upset about, or even someone you're connected to could be quite down when this card is here. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, it could be a situation or a problem. We just have to look at it further. Now, moving to the center, we go from what seems to be a sad type of energy here in the front to one that could be the complete and total opposite. We have the beautiful Ace of Wands. Now, all aces are fantastic. All aces represent opportunities. They represent offers, very similar to that page in the very beginning. This card could represent new things, fresh things, new directions. So we do welcome aces in any reading. It's really nice. But the Ace of Wands has an extra spice level to it, right? Again, it could just speak about your vitality, your energy levels, getting out of a funk. That could very much be the case when we go from the Five of Cups into the Ace of Wands. It's like, okay, I'm done with that. Let's get out of this funk, and that could be really nice. But as with all fire cards, aces can, I mean, wands, they can be very unpredictable. So they can represent moving forward, taking a lot of action, making moves, but it can also be explosive. It could be a little volatile. It could be just very unpredictable. So we want to look at this further. And obviously, when it comes to any ace, they are big cards of communicating, talking. So just like we saw with the page. So this kind of embodies a little bit of what we were seeing with that page energy. Now, as we move to the back end of the spread, let's get that tucked in right where it belongs. We have the Six of Cups. This has been a frequent flyer in the Cancer readings in recent weeks. I feel like even a couple of weeks ago, this was the main focus of the reading. And the Six of Cups has a lot of layers to it. Now, obviously, you see those two youthful individuals right there. They're sharing a cup. To me, this is a huge card of history. Now, for some of you, this could represent someone that you're pretty close to, someone you have a lot of history with, a soul tie, soul connection of some sort. Okay, so whether that be a friend, a family member, a romantic partner, like this is a very strong soul tie or bond when I see this. But it is my biggest card of the history in the past. So for some Cancers, you might be reminiscing. Could that be what has you in the feelers, or somebody else in the feelers? I mean, could this be something from the past coming back around? That's a theme I saw for you a couple weeks ago. So it wouldn't surprise me if things start popping back up or returning, whether it's situations or people, whenever this card is here. But for some of you, it just might be taking a trip down memory lane. It all really depends. Or we could just be looking at the energy of a very specific individual. So we're going to have to see. As you can see, there's a lot of possibilities within your reading this week. So let's get that Six of Cups tucked in right there. I want to dive deeper on all the Cancer. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for Cancer, please. What is happening in mid-March for my good friends? What is going on for Cancer, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Five of Cups time. Why is it here, please? What's going on with this Five of Cups? Thank you. Ten of Swords in reverse, yeah. I mean, obviously, this is an energy that's already happened, and this could tie in with the energy we saw last week, the Ten of Swords in reverse underneath this Five of Cups. So again, I feel like it's on a spectrum for a lot of you. Again, it could just be an energy where it's like, I don't know why I feel like this. Why do I feel down? I mean, you might be watching something on your phone or on TV, and you just get overcome with a wave of emotion. That's kind of like how I'm feeling with this energy here in the front, where it's like a wave of emotion just washes over. So this could definitely be like an emotional warning that we're picking up here in the front end. Just watch out for that energetic or emotional intensity here. Now, for some of you, you could be going through some valid struggles, valid concerns, some possible big problems here when I see the Five of Cups, Ten of Swords in reverse. But the beauty I can pull from this is it tells me like, all right, well, it's already happened. The worst of something could be over, which is a good thing. That's a silver lining we could put on any tough situation you might be dealing with. Now, the Ten of Swords, if this was in the upright, I would be more concerned. Obviously, the Ten of Swords is a card of endings. It's a card of pain, very similar to the Three of Swords. But the fact that it's in reverse, it's like, okay, recovering, recuperating. Only one way to go, and that's up. So it does tell me for a lot of you, it's, if you have experienced an ending recently, it's going to get better. Or if you have experienced some sort of pain or something that's making you uncomfortable. To me, it just feels like someone that's going through it. It really does. Like they're down. I don't want to say they're full on heartbroken, but this is someone that's hurting in some sort of way. Okay, and it could be minor, could be major. So we're gonna have to see how the rest of this plays out. Someone definitely has something on their mind, and watch out. Like I said, the emotional warning, because you might just get hit with a wave of really deep, intense feelings. It could be something from the past that reminds you. Like it could be a lot of different things. But let's go in on the Ace of Wands. Let's see if the energy continues to improve, because that's initially what I've been feeling. But let's see what the Ace of Wands has for you. Let's see what's up with that. And so we are starting with a bit of a challenge in the front. It's okay, though. Could be a little problematic. Okay, yeah. All right, so we do have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright underneath this Ace of Wands. Now, for a portion of you, if you are going through a bit of a difficult time, even if you're not going through like a wild, difficult time, there's something here about keeping yourself busy that's very important. The energy splits in two different ways. Now, when I see the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, this could be an apologetic type of energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, like maybe there's someone that feels like they may owe an apology. For another portion of you, I feel like this can be that explosive talk that I was speaking about, like with the Ace of Wands, Eight of Cups. It's like, let's do this. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out in the air. And it feels very intense. But the other message, so yeah, it splits in three ways, is keep yourself busy, keep your hands busy, stay focused on a task. That could be really helpful, whether it's a creative endeavor or anything that just keeps you out of your mind and out of your feelings. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is usually a card that I do connect to career. What we do is a vocation. It's also very artistic. But yeah, when I see it underneath the Eight of Wands, that's the main vibe I'm picking up. Those three main messages. It could be all of them. It could be one of them. You choose how it fits for you. So one, now's a great time to keep yourself busy. I don't want to say distracted, but it kind of does feel like that. You need to have some sort of task or something to take up your energy. For another portion of you, this can be that explosive type of talk where it's like, yeah, let's do this. But this could also be coupled with an apology. Okay. Now, I will say this, when I get apologetic energy and the energy we have here in the front, I don't want to say yeah, but sometimes it could be someone that feels like they made the wrong move or made a misstep. So hopefully it's not a mistake we're picking up. Let's see what's up with the Six of Cups. Then I'll make a determination on that. Yeah, let's go in on the Six of Cups. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow. So as you can see, lots of layers, lots of messages for you this week. So what's going on with that Six of Cups? And again, it could be someone you're connected to as well. Like if you're happy and cool and everything's fine, this could just be someone else's field of energy. But let's go in on that six. Why is the Six of Cups here? Thank you. All right. So I do have a little bit of a regretful type of energy showing up. I have the Eight of Wands in reverse underneath the Six of Cups, and the initial thing I'm picking up here is like, all right, if I could try that again, if I could get a do-over, it's like giving me that type of vibe. So I'm just going to say Cancer, and again, no judgment here or anything like that. Either one, this could possibly be someone that feels like they made a mistake, they made a misstep, or it could be a warning from spirit not to repeat cycles from the past, or just be cautious in your approach. So it could either be a warning about making a mistake or someone that feels like they have. And there's like some little level of regret here when I see the Eight of Wands underneath the Six of Cups. Okay, and something here about repeating past cycles. Now, the Eight of Wands ties in pretty closely to what we're seeing here with the Ace of Wands. Usually, this card, if it's in the upright, is action, it's talking, it's back and forth. It fits in with that explosive talk message we had. But when we see it in reverse, it's either an energy that's looping back around or stopping. So, like, yeah, when I see it underneath the Six of Cups, those were the main messages I'm picking up. Either someone wishing they could get a do-over, feeling regretful, or it's a warning about making a mistake or repeating past cycles. Very big. But let's go through and do a quick recap here, Cancer. Then we'll get into the shadows. And again, remember, this could be somebody else's. It doesn't have to be yours. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Five of Cups with the Ten of Swords in reverse. The silver lining with that type of energy, yeah, we're picking up the end of a chapter like we did last week. But to me, it could also be someone just, they're feeling down, right? They're feeling upset, sad. I mean, it could be a whole bunch of variety of feelings. So I do feel like that's an emotional warning. But I also feel like the worst of something might be over. Where it's like, all right, well, it's already happened. It's already happened. Maybe I wish it didn't happen that way. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles. It's an energy that's either trying to keep itself busy. It's like busy, 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 either distracting itself or just staying on some sort of task. For another portion of you, to me, it feels a little apologetic. That's another vibe. I was like, can we patch this out? Can we work this out? And another portion of you could be an explosive talk coming in. So whether it's about career, work, or other things. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Six of Cups with the Eight of Wands in reverse. So we have the double eights showing up. So that is karmic type of energy. And I did feel like this is a little warning here on the back. Either one, it's someone that's feeling regretful and they're wishing they could do something again, but a different way. Like, I wish I had another chance at it, or if I could get a redo, that would be nice. It could also be a warning about making mistakes or repeating past cycles. Either that or someone feels like they may have messed up. Okay, so please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here for the Cancers. What's in the shadows? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out for you, my friends. What do we have? Thank you. Nice and quick. Okay, so we do have the Tower that fits the bill. It honestly does, especially with what we saw here in the front and what we see back here. You know, the Tower, it's a scorpionic type of energy. Some of you might have Scorpio placements or you're connected to one, but the Tower is an energy of shock. It's an energy of something that just happens out of nowhere, kaboom. It could be hitting the reset button. It could be endings. It could be all sorts of stuff. And when we see a Tower, especially in the shadows, it's not really surprising because those seem to be the moments that stick with us the longest. Okay, and again, if these aren't hitting for you, please feel free to watch other alignments. But having a Tower in the shadows makes sense. It's like, all right, this isn't fully processed just yet. So similar to what I was saying here with the emotional warning in the front, watch out for overwhelming waves of emotion out of nowhere when this is in the shadows, because the Tower is very, very intense. But again, it fits with a lot of what we saw within the reading itself, like wishing that if I knew then what I knew now type of energy here. But again, anything and everything can be worked through with time. That's the one thing I have to say. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.